Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Metal and Motorcast. This is your host, Dave. I line special guests, drag racer, guitarist, Amy Stephan. How you doing, Amy?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So, first question, Amy, is how did you get into drag racing?
Well, I just got into it last year. It's something I've always wanted to do. When I was a kid, my brother was drag racing, and I remember watching him sometimes, and just thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and wanted to try it. So that's kind of what got me interested in it in the first place. So last year, finally, he talked me into going up there, and I tried it and got hooked pretty quick.
Yeah, so it's all thanks to Red Baron.
Yep. Although he wasn't the Red Baron back then. He actually, he had a 70 Challenger that was also yellow, like mine. So, and I thought that was the coolest car.
So now tell us about your car.
What's that?
I said, tell us about your car.
I have a 2018 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. It's pretty much stock right now, aside from just drag radials. It's actually my daily driver too, and I drive it in the winter. So, and eventually I'd love to make it faster, but I've got a lot of warranty left, so trying to be good as long as possible, but it's hard because I just want to go fast.
Yeah, you might have to get another race car.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Or at least, another daily driver, and then I can do whatever I want with this one.
So now, how many passes have you made with that car?
Oh my gosh. So last season, like I said, that was my first time. And the end of last season, which really I started going regularly probably beginning of July, I was at like 215. So I haven't counted in a little while, but based on the last time I did, I'm probably around 400 now.
All right. So what's been your quickest ET?
Quickest so far is 1164. That was last fall. Cooler weather definitely helps, so I'm kind of anxious to get up there once it starts getting cooler, and I'm going to try to beat that and try to break the stock record if I can. Last I heard, the stock record was 1154, so I'm close. So that's kind of the plan for the fall.
Are you going to be doing any more racing this year?
I am, actually. And I race every week. On Wednesday nights up at Great Lakes Dragaway,
Yeah,
they have ladies night.
Yep.
Yeah, so, ladies get in and either spectate or race completely free. And, it's a blast. They do, there's also a free trophy race, and actually the trophy race is for the guys and the girls. They run separate, so all the girls run together and the guys, and then the winner of each go against each other in the Battle of the Sexes race, which actually this season the ladies are winning. They're up 12-2 right now, so it's pretty cool. And it's a bracket race, which is a handicap race, so you don't have to have the fastest car to win. And that's one thing that I wish I had known before I started racing, because I probably would have done it a long time ago. I've seen people up there, racing minivans, SUVs. I did a car chicks race, the last one I did at Byron, not the Battle of the Sexes, the breast cancer fundraiser. The car that I raced in the final was a Toyota Corolla. So, you don't have to have a race car to go up there and, race, have a good time. So, yeah, that's, definitely something I wish I had known, because I totally would have done it years ago. But yeah, aside from that, I actually just this past weekend I won street class for the IHRA Summit Super Series, and this is my rookie season, and did not expect to win it, and I did. So I'm pretty excited about that. So next month I'm going to be going to Memphis for the World Finals.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty excited. Just booked the hotel yesterday, so yeah.
Now you're saying you wish you would have started years ago, but years ago weren't you like busy with bands and stuff?
Yeah, I was, but I mean, I think I would have found some time at least to try it out. Probably wouldn't have been as much fun before this car, but I mean, before this one, I had a Dodge Charger, and it was still faster, but not as fast as this one. But you know, I kind of wish I would have taken that one up to the track. You know, just seeing what it did.
So let me ask you this: what was the experience like for the first time going down a drag strip?
The first time was, I mean, it was awesome. I remember I was super nervous when I got up there. You know, I had no idea what I was doing. You know, worried I was going to, you know, look like an idiot, do something wrong. And I think that's pretty common. But honestly, you know, anybody else that's looking to try it and worried about those things, nobody cares. You know, you're harder on yourself than anyone else is. Nobody cares. We're all beginners at one time, you know. But I got up there and it was like, as soon as I staged, just all of that went away. And I remember going down the track for the first time, and I was just smiling and laughing the whole way like an idiot. It was just an awesome experience.
Now, for you, do you want to race your big brother one of these days?
We actually did last year. His car is a lot faster than mine,
yeah.
so it's not really a fair race right now. Hopefully someday I'll have a fast car, or this one will be faster. But we actually did up there last year, and you know, of course, he let me win. But it was, you know, it was pretty cool just being able to race next to him, you know.
Yeah. So now for drag racing, does Big Mike give you tips?
Oh yeah. He's given me a lot of tips, and you know, after that very first time I raced, I didn't go back for, you know, probably a month or month and a half, and he was the one telling me about the ladies' night. You know, you should go check this out. It's a lot of fun. And so I remember I went to his house the night before, and he let me borrow a helmet because at the time I didn't have my own helmet. And yeah, he was like explaining to me how all of it works, you know, with the bracket racing and everything. Yeah, he's definitely helped me out a lot, you know, giving me tips and everything.
So now, when you take the car out to the track, do you have any crew members with you?
You know, I started going up there by myself, but I've met a lot of people that have helped me out. I mean, as far as like doing anything with the car, you know, I change my own tires and everything. But I do have, you know, people I've met there that have helped me. You know, Sarah Brown, she's the one that, you know, runs the ladies' night up there. And she's helped me out a lot. Jim Pito, he's helped me tremendously throughout all this. I mean, there's just so many people. I know I'm going to forget most of them.
So when you're at the track racing, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions?
Not so much. No, it's just usually like my drive there because I'm probably about 75 miles away. So, I mean, it's just, you know, my drive there, I'll listen to music real loud. But I don't have any, like, rituals, really, that I do. Yeah, I mean, other than just, you know, deep breaths at certain points, things like that. But nothing really as far as, like, rituals.
All right, so now when you have a say if you had a race this weekend, what kind of preparation would go into get the car ready? Anything?
No, no, my car is, pretty much always ready.
Well, how about yourself?
Like I said, I just, I keep my tires in my car and I just change them when I get to the track and pretty much ready to go.
How about yourself? Do you have to prepare yourself to get ready for racing?
Not really. Not really. I feel like I've just, over the last year, I've just done it so much. It's kind of just natural. I remember I used to get nervous. Not that there's not nerves anymore. If I'm going into a big race or something and trying to win, I mean, I'll be a little bit nervous, but no.
So what's your favorite track to race on?
Great Lakes. Although I've only been to 2 so far, so I race most of the time I race up at Great Lakes, but I also race at Byron occasionally too, so.
All right, now I'm going to go into your musical career here. Now, what age did you start playing guitar?
I think I was probably like 11 or 12. I remember I had this little organ that belonged to one of my brothers or my sister, and I remember like sitting in my room and teaching myself how to play that. And then when I was about 10, I got like a big keyboard for Christmas, and I played on that a lot. But I wanted to play guitar, so I started taking lessons. Yeah, I had to be like 11 or 12, I think. I think my parents probably didn't think I was going to stick with it, but I did. I remember, I used to go to the lessons, and whatever I learned that day, I would go home, and I would sit there with my guitar and practice it over and over until I could get it perfect.
So
I wish I still had that dedication, but...
So what was the first band you played in?
Oh gosh, the first band. Well, I think I had to be probably like 15. I had this great idea to like start my own band. But we never had a full band, and we practiced, in my parents' basement, and we were pretty awful. But it was fun. I think I wrote like really cheesy songs back then, After that, gosh, I can't remember. It's been so long. I've been in quite a few bands, and I've done original bands and cover bands. Probably more cover bands than anything.
So now, did any of these bands gain any popularity?
I guess it depends on what you mean by popularity. I mean, we never like toured around the country or anything like that.
Well, like were you a big draw locally?
Here and there. I was in a couple bands that were managed by Tony LaBarbera.
Cougar.
Yep, Cougar. That was my first all-female band. Actually, that was, I believe, the first time I'd ever been in a band with another female, too. I did that for a while, and then I had another all-female with him later called Bad Girlfriend. But yeah, I mean, we did some pretty cool shows, with both of those bands. Cougar was around for a little bit longer than Bad Girlfriend was, but yeah, it was definitely a different experience. It was, it was a lot of fun. The girls were great to work with.
Now, currently, do you do anything with any bands?
I do have something in the works right now, but there hasn't been like an official announcement yet, so I can't really talk too much about that. Hopefully, very soon we will be announcing, but it is going to be more original. We'll have some covers too, but it's going to be mostly like an original band.
Now, what kind of genre of music are you going to be playing?
It'll be rock.
Now, to this date, how many guitars you own?
Oh, oh gosh, that's a tough question. Not as many as a lot of other people though. I probably have. I think I have like 4 right now. I've sold a bunch over the years, and ones that just kind of sat around, took up space. But yeah, I believe I have 4 left at this point. I've got 1 acoustic and then 3 electrics. My favorite one that I have is Ibanez JS 1000 Satriani. That's probably that's the electric I play the most.
Joe Satriani guitar.
Yep.
So, have you ever done any solo work?
Not really. I mean, I've written songs, but not so much. Like I'll do acoustic stuff by myself occasionally, but that's about it. Like I haven't. Yeah, most of it's been with other people, but the last band that that I had that was original, we were called Slide, and I wrote music for that band, but we just weren't together for long enough to really get anywhere. So I had like 3 songs that I wrote, which are recorded somewhere.
So, what kind of equipment do you use? Like, what kind of amp and all that good stuff?
I am looking for new equipment right now. I've got like a half deck. I've got the cabinet with vintage 30 speakers in it right now, but I've got an amp in storage. It's been a while since I played like with a full band, so I'm looking at possibly getting some new equipment soon. Yeah, lately it's just been more acoustic stuff. I was playing, got to the point where I was playing shows every weekend, and just between working full time doing that, I just got kind of burnt out and decided to take a break. And unfortunately, that break turned out to be a lot longer than I originally intended. So now I'm pretty excited to get back into it.
All right. So, when you used to play at local clubs, what was your favorite club to play at?
Oh, that's a tough call too. Tailgaters was always fun. Shark City, or Q-Bar now. Blarney Island. That was always fun, except for the last time I was there was with Bad Girlfriend, and I was actually barefoot on stage, and so for that band I played guitar, and then I also sang some stuff too. So occasionally I would put the guitar down and just sing. So I had put the guitar down, I was singing, and I went to step off the front of the stage into the audience, and I slipped and fell. So that was an interesting show. Continued, finished the show, and then the next day I was on crutches. Luckily I didn't break anything, but I'm a little bit clumsy. It's not the first time I've fallen on stage, and probably not the last.
So, what's been your fondest memory of being a musician?
Oh God. I don't know that I could really pick any one memory in particular. There's just so many, and I've played with so many different people. I'd say just in general, it's more just, all the different people that I've had a chance to play with, the different styles, I mean, there's been, just here and there, like some really fun shows that I did, or memorable times. One of my old bands, I remember we did a high school reunion, and it was at some guy's house. Like, his house was amazing. He had this pool with, like, this waterfall. It was crazy. So we had a high school reunion at his house. And we were playing, and somebody really wanted to hear Freebird. Like, he was willing to pay $500 for us to play Freebird. And nobody in the band knew it, and I sort of knew it enough to, like, show the rest of the band, and we faked our way through Freebird and made $500 that night. That will never happen again. I can't believe they paid us for that, but that was awesome.
Wow. So now, who are your guitar heroes?
Well, Slash would be the reason I started playing in the first place. I just remember, I was young and just, I was huge into Guns N' Roses, and I thought Slash was, like, the coolest ever. So that would be the reason I started playing. I actually have a Slash tattoo on my arm with his autograph from when I met him a few years ago. So, yeah, him, and then Dimebag was, like, really huge for me. Yeah, those are probably my top two.
All right, so who are your top three favorite bands of a lifetime?
Oh, God. That's a really tough question. So I listen to, like, almost everything. So that's a really, really tough question. So, yeah, it really depends on, like, what I'm in the mood to listen to, what genre, because, I mean, I'll listen to, mostly I'm kind of more, like, on the rock metal side, but, I'll listen to pop, I'll listen to country, and I think, partially just being a musician, that's kind of, I feel like in some degree, like, have to appreciate different styles of music. Top three, I mean, I'd say Guns N' Roses for sure, because like I said, Slash was the one that kind of got me interested in playing guitar in the first place. Although I love his stuff, now with like Miles Kennedy singing. Top three, oh my gosh. Aside from that, yeah, like I said, it really depends on.
All right, so
it's hard to pick like a top three overall, but one of them would probably be Hypocrisy. I don't know if you were.
Yeah,
that.
Like, you're getting into like real heavy stuff now.
Yeah, so I kind of just took a strange turn there, but I love them.
So would Hypocrisy be your favorite metal band?
Probably, yeah.
Now, how about?
Or they're up there at least.
Well, how about classic rock? Do you have a favorite classic rock band?
Classic rock. I mean, off the top of my head, probably like Van Halen, maybe. Yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, it's so hard when I'm on the spot. I'll think of something later, be like, oh, what was I thinking? That's not my favorite.
All right, now back to drag racing. Where your fire safety equipment, like your suit and stuff, where do you get all your fire safety equipment from?
So, as far as like the stuff that I need from my car, the only thing I really need is a helmet. I do have a fire jacket, but I'm not technically required to wear it yet. But, I figured I'd buy it anyway because I'm going to need it. I got plans. Someday I'll be fast. So, yeah, right now the only thing I have to wear is a helmet. So, that's all I have.
So, in these 400 or so runs you've made so far, have you reached any milestones?
As far as, like, what?
Like, you say you wanted to hit a certain speed, like, some people like say, I finally hit this, so many miles per hour, whatever,
Well, last year my goal was to break into the 11s because, all through the summer I was running 12s and, I was always trying to beat my best time. And I wanted to hit 11.9. That was my goal for the year. And, it got to the point, everybody's telling me, You're going to get it. When the weather gets cooler, you'll get it. No problem. You're going to be running 11s all day. And it got to the point where I was like, this just isn't happening. And then it finally did. Actually, it was at Byron the first time last September that I hit 11.9. And I was so excited because like I said, I thought it was never going to happen at that point. And then it got to a point where, like, I was running nothing but 11s. Like, if I ran a 12, it was like, okay, something just went wrong. So, I was just trying to beat my best time. And when I ran 11.64 last year, that was in October. It was like 40 degrees outside, freezing, but it was, in the middle of the day, it was nice and sunny. And I mean, that was really exciting. So, like, my goal after that was like, okay, what's the stock record? I want to beat it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just really, really want to beat the record. And I have a really good feeling this year.
All right, now since you've been doing the drag race thing, have you gotten into any accidents or close calls at all?
No, I have not, thank God. Because I don't think my insurance would cover that. I mean, there's been times, going down the track where it gets a little sketchy, but nothing where I feel like I'm not in control. Sometimes, especially like when it's colder out at night, the track's not always, in the best condition for racing, but like I've never felt like I was going to crash. Even when I've kind of lost control a little bit, like I still feel, like I still got it. It's not, I mean, that's the thing with a modern car too, I feel like that's not as likely to happen. Not that it can't, but so far I'm doing okay.
All right, now besides Big Brother Mike, do you have any other heroes or drivers that inspire you?
I mean, not really. Like I said, like I just got into this recently. Like Leah Pritchett is pretty awesome because she drives Challengers and stuff too. But I haven't really been into it like all that long.
Well, how about local people at the track like Sarah Morgan Brown, any of them?
Oh well, Sarah's awesome, of course, and her car is yellow, so that's my bad influence BFF.
Any other drivers at the Great Lakes Dragway that you look up to?
I mean, there's so many of them. Jim Pido, I mentioned him already. Russell, I believe you interviewed him last year. He's got like a lot of different Mopars. He's got some really cool cars. He was one of the first people to help me when I first started. The very first ladies' night I went to, I was struggling. I was having so many problems, and I didn't know him, and he came up and he was helping me out, and he's just a great guy.
So, since you've been drag racing now, do you feel like drag racing is just one big family?
It really is. I mean, the people that I've met up there, Debbie Blagg and her husband Bill, they live close to the track, and she races all the time, and we became friends, and she's always been so friendly to me, and so welcoming, and that's kind of how everybody is up there. It's like a big family, and that was something I didn't really expect. But I mean, everybody's just been awesome. So many people just willing to step up and help out when you need it. Even the other racers that you're racing against. It's amazing how someone's having trouble and everybody's willing to step in and help out.
Yeah, then you just keep meeting more people and their family just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
Yep, that's true.
All right, now, let's see. I think we're hitting the fun question portion of the interview now. Okay, fun question.
Uh-oh.
Now, besides drag racing and guitar playing, do you have any other hobbies?
Right now, it's like I don't have time for much else. That's pretty much, consuming my life at the moment. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, I've had things here and there, but that's really like, those would be my two main ones. And like I said, that's kind of what takes up most of my time. If I didn't have to work full time, maybe it'd be different. But unfortunately, I do. I don't know. I like to have fun. I don't like to sit still for too long. I get bored really easily. So anything that, keeps my attention.
So, are you a dog person or a cat person?
I'm a dog person. I have a dog. I have a little Yorkie, and he's adorable, but he's insane. My brother actually calls him Satan's spawn because he tries to murder anyone he doesn't know. But he's really sweet with the people he does know.
Now, if you're able to do time traveling and go back into time, would you do anything differently?
Oh, I'd probably have to say no. I mean, there's things I regret. I mean, everybody has those, but, I know it's kind of cheesy, but I feel like, everything that I've been through, everything I've done has kind of made me who I am and, put me where I am right now. So it's like, I don't know, you go back and change something, would that change where I'm at right now? And, I'm happy with that. So yeah, I guess the answer would probably be no.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna
Unless,
I thought you were gonna say you want to start your racing career earlier.
Well, that's true. I did say that. I do wish I had done that, but I mean, but who knows? If I had started earlier, maybe I would have been awful at it and never did it again. Who knows? Or crashed and never did it again. I mean, you never know. I think the only thing I'd go back for, like, if I could know, like, the winning lottery numbers right now and then go back and win the lottery, like, that would be awesome. Then I can just, retire and travel, drag race at different tracks, bring my guitar with me, do shows all over the country. Like, that'd be awesome. That's what I would do if I could.
Yeah, buy yourself a fast car.
Mhm. I'd have money. I just need like a small house with like a big giant garage, and I'd fill the garage with cars.
All right, so Amy, what's your favorite food to eat?
What's that?
What's your favorite food to eat?
My favorite food, probably Italian. Yeah.
All right, favorite beverage?
Alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
You can answer both of them if you want.
Okay. Well, I mean, non-alcoholic probably coffee because I don't think I could survive without coffee. Alcoholic would probably be either red wine or vodka.
All right, favorite movie of all time?
Oh, God. I wasn't prepared for that one. That is a really tough one. I don't think I could pick one. My favorite genre would be horror. I love horror movies. So.
What's your favorite horror movie?
The gorier, the better. Favorite horror movie? Oh my God, I don't think I can pick one of those either.
You have a top 3 favorite horror movies?
Top 3. I really like the Rob Zombie movies. Most of them. I like gore. So.
Yeah, he's got a new movie coming out, doesn't he?
Yes, I'm so excited. Next month, I think, that 3 from Hell. It's the third one in the House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects. So, and I heard about that one a long time ago, and I thought it was like never going to happen. So, I am really excited for that.
So, when you were growing up as a kid, what was your favorite cartoon?
I was a pretty big fan of Tom and Jerry. Like, Roadrunner. Yeah.
Well, the next question, I already know your answer because since you're a musician, we talked about music. Your favorite music would be many different varieties.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all over the place. But yeah, mostly rock and metal. I'm a big 80s fan, too, so... Like 80s metal, hair metal stuff.
Yeah, back the Thirsty Whale days.
Yep. Actually, my very first mosh pit ever was at the Thirsty Whale. Oh God, it was either Morbid Angel or 6 Feet Under. Now I can't remember. It was one of the two because I saw them both there.
So when you're at the drag race track for a day of racing, when you eat, do you eat regular, or do you eat very light, wait till races are done to eat?
What's that?
When you're at the track for a day of racing, for your eating habits, do you eat normally like regular meal, or do you wait till after the races are done? After the races are done to eat?
It depends. I mean, I eat when I'm there, just kind of when I'm hungry. So, yeah, it's kind of whatever. Depends on the day. I don't really have like a set routine. Like I have to do this every time, as far as that's concerned.
All right, now since you've been doing the drag race thing, have you had a most embarrassing moment on the track so far?
I have. I've had a few of those. And I'm still here.
So which one stands out the most?
Oh God. So I mean, there's probably a couple. It was last year. Luckily, this year I haven't done anything embarrassing that I can recall. So it was last year when I was still kind of learning, and I had just started, doing burnouts and everything, and figuring out what works best for that. So my car's an automatic, but I'm able to put it into manual and shift it that way if I want. So when I do my burnouts, I put the car in second gear. So I put it in second gear, I do my burnout, and then before I get up to stage, I'll throw it back in drive and go down the track. Well, I wasn't quite used to doing that yet, so I left my car in second gear and didn't realize it. Well, the car will not get all the way down the track in second gear, and my car, apparently, in manual mode, will not shift by itself. So I learned that the hard way. That was embarrassing and scary for a minute because I thought I broke my car. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and then I realized that put it in drive and just kind of cruise down. I think that was like a 20-something second pass by the time I was done. Yeah. And the worst thing is I did that twice. I didn't quite learn the first time. I haven't done it since. I don't think I'll do it again because now it's just, it's such a habit. There's certain things I have to turn on and turn off now, and it's just, it's natural to me now because I'm so used to doing it. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing when it happened. The other one was a race that I lost early in the season last year on a ladies' night. I just remembered the very first time when I had talked to my brother before I started bracket racing, and him kind of explaining everything to me and how to do it. He was telling me, you want to win, but just by a little bit. Because, you have to dial in your car, so you have to write on your window what you think the car is going to run. And if you go faster than that, you automatically lose. So the goal is pretty much to get as close as possible without going faster. So as far as like when you get to the finish line, you want to win by just a little bit. If you're taking it by a car length, there's a good chance you're going too fast, you're going to lose. So you only want to win by like a bumper. Well, I had remembered my brother telling me that you just want to stay a little bit ahead of them. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. And so instead of generally what you want to do is, once you get close to the finish line, that's when you want to lift off the gas and kind of, adjust. So I started doing that probably, I was ahead of her at the 60-foot mark. And she was in a slower car, so she got a head start. So at that point, I had already passed her. So I started slowing down. So the whole way down the track, I was like lifting off the gas and then hitting the gas, and yeah, that kind of screwed me. Because by the time I got to the end, I had slowed down so much that, you know, she was in it the whole time, and then I hit the gas and couldn't catch up, and I lost because of that. And that was probably my dumbest moment ever. But I was learning. I was still learning. I was new.
So
I didn't know any better.
So what did your brother say after that one?
You know, I don't remember, but my friend Jim Pido gave me a lot of crap for that. And if he's listening to this, he's probably going to start giving me crap for that again.
All right. So now,
oh God.
now since doing this, since you've been doing the drag racing, what's been your fondest memory?
Oh, I mean, winning. Winning is pretty great. Overall, I'd have to say, just in general, you know, the people that I've met, you know, hanging out at the track, just talking with all these people, you know, having a few beers afterwards. It's just, you know, been a great time. I mean, most recently, you know, winning over this weekend was, you know, pretty awesome for me. You know, my first season doing the IHRA Summit Series, I mean, I was just going into it, you know, hoping I'd occasionally be able to go rounds with these guys. I didn't want to lose first round every time. I was hoping I was good enough to not do that, and I never expected to win it. So, I mean, that was pretty awesome. I'm still partially in shock from that.
So now, Amy, you know, at the like I say, Great Lakes Drag Race, or you know, I've been watching other track live feeds and stuff. I've been noticing a lot of empty seats at the tracks these days. What do you think tracks can do to, you know, try to bring people back to the tracks again?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm always trying to get other people up there, other people involved, especially other women. You know, I'd love to see more women get involved, and that's what I think is so great about the ladies' night thing, because, you know, you've got nothing to lose. You don't have to pay to get in. You don't have to pay to race, and there's, you know, so many of us up there that are willing to step in, help out, you know, with whatever we can. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm always trying to get other people up there, because it's so much fun. And, you know, I feel like there's a lot of people that are just nervous to do it. But, you know, I was told before the first time I made a pass, you know, just go up there, just drive down the track like normal if you want. You know, the first time, just to get a feel for it, for what it feels like, you know, get a feel for where the track ends, where you need to turn. Just go drive normal. You know, you can ease into it if you need to. But it's really, I feel like those nerves they go away. As soon as you hit that gas pedal, like, it's all gone. But I do feel like there's a lot of other people that are just kind of nervous to do it. But it's so much fun.
Awesome. Well, Amy, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do an interview.
Well, thank you.
You have any closing words?
I don't.
Any thank yous at all to anybody?
Oh my gosh, we might be here all night.
A couple people.
I mean, just in general, you know, like I said, you know, Jim Pido, he's helped me out, just huge. Sarah Brown, Russell, Debbie Blagg, I mean, all of the staff and the owners at Great Lakes Dragway have been awesome. My brother, there's so many more people, and I'm forgetting all of them right now.
I want to thank you again, Amy.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem, and I wish you the best of luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Okay, you have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Bye bye.